camera video Chicago police did not want released.
Yeah, Joe, it was an 8-year-old boy standing on the streets in handcuffs after officers wrongly raided his home. Two investigator Dave Savini and the boy's own mother fought with the department for months to finally reveal what happened to them when officers busted into their home on a bad tip.
The body camera's on.
At 6 a.m. on a freezing cold school day in March, police surround the Wilson family on the street. Just yards away, inside the family's home, other officers detonate a non-lethal explosive device called a flashbang grenade. Police are looking for guns based on a tip from a confidential informant called a John Doe. Officers search every room, toss the home, even the children's toys. They also bust open the ceiling and climb up to search. A terrifying experience, especially for the little boy in the blue sweatshirt. His name is Royal. He's only 8 years old. Instead of getting ready for elementary school, police have his hands behind his back, handcuffs. The family says this was a bad raid and are outraged with how the children were treated, especially Royal. His mom, Dominique Wilson, repeatedly asked police to remove the cuffs from her son. What did you think might happen to you?
I didn't know. I was just scared. My legs were shaking.
Did you ever think a police officer would handcuff a third grader?
No.
Which one is it? How old are you?
I have every right to see those videos.
That was Royal's mother 3 weeks ago. She was angry with Chicago police, which refused to turn over this body camera video for months. Police initially told her it was too burdensome for them to review 16 hours of video for release.
It's burdensome because it's something to hide. It's something that you don't want to be exposed.
But then suddenly, after we aired her interview exposing the city's refusal to turn it over, she finally got it. And it shows her in handcuffs too. She was cuffed for 2 hours.
I ain't never been in handcuffs before. Never. And my arm is like really hurt.
Body camera's on. Body camera's on. Don't worry about that.
But there's still key body camera video missing. The video the city did turn over doesn't include the first 20 minutes of the raid, when the Wilson family said they were ordered out at gunpoint. What were they saying?
Come out with your hands up.
Without that video, they can only demonstrate that part.
They hiding that they put rifles to me and my children's heads, aim rifles at us.
In the video we do have, some of the cops on the scene can be heard talking about the tactics the SWAT team used. First, they joked about the use of a flashbang grenade.
Was that a flashbang that they did? Yeah. Was it? Yeah, necessary. Necessary.
They also questioned the SWAT team's decision to march the family out to the street.
They came out and they're like, "There's a search warrant on your house. Come out." Like, that's like the worst way to do this.
And after all that, 40 officers on the scene, a busted ceiling, they found nothing. No guns, no arrests. The informant was wrong.
The CBS 2 investigator.
Shalom. We're back with another video. So before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechaha Kodash, to the apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well. I'd like to give double honor. Shalom to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. We're here with a video. Israel, is this the place you want to be your arrest? And we've seen in the video that these cops arrest this woman and her 4 kids, took them out into the middle of the road, handcuffed, and basically destroyed the house because an informant said there was weapons in the house. But it shows you just how crazy things can be when all someone has to do is say, "Hey, I believe there's guns in that house," and the police just break up in there, destroy your shit, and have no remorse about doing it, really. And you seen in the video also other officers laughing at them, at the things they do, how they ran their operations. But for some reason, Jake want to stay here. Jake want to stay in a place that not only hates them, but do all type of wickedness against them. Because it didn't really take all that. Handcuffing an 8-year-old, really? And like they said, it was in the video that they didn't want to show that they walked them out by gunpoint. Woman, 4 kids, young kids at that, at gunpoint, walked them out the house. So when we tell our people that this place is not for them, when we show them instances like these videos, these lessons we do that show that this place is not for them, when we show history that shows that this place is not for them, they continue to buck against it. They continue to fight against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and they continuously want to live in a land that doesn't want them. But we also know the scripture, which we're going to get into, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said this place is not our rest. This is not the place that we are supposed to be in. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. So this is not the place of your rest, you so-called black, Latino, and Native Americans, especially you black. I can't for what understand why you will continue wanting to be in a place where things like this can just happen to you. And you get no apologies. You get no reparations most of the time. You get no really anything. You have to just rebuild, fix up whatever they broken, and hope that it doesn't happen again. Why? Because you want to try to find rest in a place that was never meant to be your rest. We have a homeland. Now we was exiled from it because of the wickedness that we committed against our power, Yahweh Ba'ashim and Hawashai. But yet, y'all don't want to go back to that. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to be the lords of your own place. You want to continue to be a dog and eat crumbs off master table in a place that hates you, in a place where they do all type of wickedness to you, to your children, as we just seen, to your elderly. Then wonder why you can't catch a break. Because you were never meant to be at ease here in Babylon the Great. Matter of fact, let's get that word rest. Because our people can't seem to get it through their thick skulls, Salakia, through their thick skulls, that this place here is no good for them, Salakia. They continue to hoping on these people, on this place, that one day it'll get right and they'll have a fair shake. All right, rest. Strong H 4496.
Strong's H 4496. Menucha. Menucha.
Menucha. Feminine of Strong's H 4495. Repose or adverbically, peacefully, figuratively, consolution, specifically, matrimony, hence concretely, and abode, comfortable, ease, quiet, resting place, still. And we get no rest here, man. Why would you want to continue to stay in a place where you get no rest, where there's no quietness? In the outline of biblical use, resting place, to rest, resting place, rest, quietness. We get no quietness here, man. We're always fighting for our life. We're always fighting in a land that every chance they get to do something against the children of Israel backwards, they do it. So there's no quietness here. But Jacob don't realize that when I say Jacob, I mean all 12 tribes, northern and southern kingdom, don't realize that this place is a prison sentence for us. This is our captivity we're still here in. Like as it says in Baruch 3:9, I think it is. That you still under the occupation of these so-called white people who are truly the Edomites of the Bible, the devil the Bible speaks of. You're still under their thumb. So that's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said this place is not your rest. Because you find no ease here. You find no quietness. Every day is a battle. Just trying to survive here. But they don't realize that they have been put in the hand of their enemies. That Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to get us right will always send us into captivity. And this is no different. We in captivity under the basis of men. Let's see. This is Deuteronomy 28:47-48. Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. See? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua used to give us everything we needed and wanted. But we didn't want to serve him. We wanted to follow after the other heathens, after their God, so he gave us over to him, as it's going to keep telling us. Verse 48, therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies. See, we're still in our hands of our enemies. So you thinking you're going to find a rest in your enemy's home, man, that's just flat out crazy to me. Which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in nakedness and thirst and in nakedness and the want of all things. See, we had to go to our enemy for everything. We can no longer go back to the Lord. But also, with them being in our enemies, we're trying to go to them for justice. You think they're going to give justice to you? You think they're going to give you a fair shake? No. You're their prisoners. You're in the hands of your enemies, not your friends. This is not your family. They're your enemies. It means someone who's going against you. So you're looking for a restful place in the land of your enemies is just a crazy thought. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And our enemy has mentally destroyed 2/3 of our people. Not just mentally, spiritually, and physically. But I say mentally because they think that these people care a damn about them, man. As we seen in the video, they weren't even going to get a woman. The video, talking about it was too much to go through the film. They ain't have time to spend 16 hours to go through it. But as soon as she said she done the interview, then all of a sudden the tape come up. Because all they were going to really do is just lie about it. Think about that. There was never cameras there. Nobody had body camera. They could have just lied and said it never happened. We ain't do that. Because that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to hide the footage. Instead of leading in righteousness and like, yeah, we fucked up. We did that. No, they try to hide it. Salaki, man. Hell, that be. Which shows you the wickedness of this place, man. But like I said, you're in the hand of your enemies. So they can do that kind of thing. They can run around doing that. It's Psalm 52:3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than speaking righteousness. Say lie. And that's what they do. Remember, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They be born speaking lies. So they love to lie. And that's what they were trying to do. They were going to lie about this situation. Like they didn't have them time to come up with look, through the video footage and get a woman the video. But all of a sudden, when she came to one of these reports and it got out on the internet, now that video that was just so tedious to go through, all of a sudden showed up. But not only that, they cut out the important part of how they led this woman and her children out to the middle of the road by gunpoint. I mean, handcuffing an 8-year-old is crazy work. But that's what you get when you're in a land that's not your arrest. When you're in the hands of your enemies. They can just do things to you like this. They didn't really have to give it to them. They could have just made up a reason why. I mean, they done it plenty of time before. This time wouldn't be no different. But that just shows you they're willing to lie about a situation than just speak righteousness of it. Just saying, oh, it was an honest mistake. But hey, Jake just love being here. Then you got the instance where the other cops were laughing about the tactics that they were using. Talking about did they use a flash grenade or them marching them out to the streets. They know it was overly aggressive. They know it was an oppressive situation. But yet, did any of them try to speak up? No, they laughed and joked about it. Because they understand spiritually that, hey, we can just do this shit to Jake and ain't nobody going to say nothing about it. Which shows you their wickedness, man. They're watching people, a woman and her children getting oppressed, and they just laughing and joking about it because it's funny to them. This is Psalms 73 and 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. And that word slakia, that word lofty can go into in a highly moral or intelligent way. They understand what was going on. They understand that them people was being oppressed. Like I said, none of them stepped in to help de-escalate the situation. Like, look, man, that's a child. Don't put him in no handcuff. None of them did that. They laughed about it. They speak loftily concerning the oppression that they were watching, man. But this the place our people want to fight for, want to try to stay upon, want to hope upon, wish upon, make a life here. But it's not your rest. It never was. Show me a civilization where somebody resting in the hand of their enemies. It doesn't happen, man. You can't find happiness here, nor would you ever find happiness here. Because you're in the hand of your enemies. That's why one of the best things was and is for us is waking up to this truth. And praying to Yahweh Ba'ashim and Hawashai that this captivity come to an end, that the evils of the wickedness come to an end, and that you be saved out of this place from the coming destruction. Because unlike them, man, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be in the hand of my enemies where they can just come in and bust up my house and do whatever they want, then lie about what they doing and laughing at the oppression that they're seeing. I don't want to be here no more. But our people do. Why? Because they feel like this place is their rest. But as it says in Micah 2 and 10, this place is not our rest. So we continue to pray to Yahweh Ba'ashim Hawashai for the destruction of this place and the salvation of his elect. Lord willing, I hope I am. We're going to end it out here. Psalm 7 and 9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteousness of Yahweh Ba'ashim and Hawashai tried the hearts and the rein. And we just pray for to let the wickedness of the wickedness come to an end. a fiery, destructive end at that, man. Because we know this place is not our rest, nor will it ever be. But that's all I had on that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem and Yahweh Shai. Shalom.